back corner of the house on either side.
Back corner of the house.
Correct.
Good. Well,
Okay,
so
so
any
it's,
other questions, gentlemen?
it's the picture that we saw earlier of that fence.
That one's,
So
Oh,
that's,
okay.
yes,
So-
that's the fence that I'm looking to replace it with.
Okay,
good. So do we have a motion?
I'll make
Looks
a
like an
motion.
upgrade.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to step on. Did you say something, Robert?
I was just saying it looks like an upgrade. I was commenting before. the motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll
John
second.
Stewart.
Okay, John
Wilkins.
Stewart and Bob Wilkins seconded it. So we'll do the roll call. Rosemary Nichols? Yes, no? Can you hear me? I can't hear Rosemary. John Stewart,
Yes.
Jane Hildebrand,
No, Jane has dropped out of the picture as well.
No, she's here.
Hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Aye, yes.
aye. Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and I'll try Paula Morrison again.
Aye.
Rosemary Nichols not here.
That's right.
Sorry. No wonder she didn't speak up. Good. Okay, and myself, I agree. So it's unanimous. Gary, you'll be able to work on this. Just remind you that there's a 10 calendar day appeal period. If a neighbor somewhere questions it, may want to appeal it. So it's better to not start doing the work until about 10 days. So the other thing, if you're going to make any changes, we'd like to hear about them in advance. So this looks like it's pretty straightforward, and you know what you're looking for. So just do it. Good luck. Okay, the next item is concerned with replacing windows and front door at 426 Weir Road. The homeowners are Chris and Carl Larson, and David Crew Building Company is the agent. I'm not sure if representative from David Crew is here tonight, or Chris or Carl.
Yep. They're here.
Chris and Carol are here.
I've promoted them to panelists.
Which application is it? It says
This is the Weir Road.
I'm on that, but what's the number?
426.
426, and this is,
426.
Yeah.
There isn't on my list.
well, it's on the screen right now.
Right, 446, 476.
It's 426.
426.
It's not on the street index. So I haven't been able to see this one either.
She's displaying the pictures. This house was built around the 70s, wasn't it? And as you can see right now, there are no grills in any of the windows. And I suspect there were grills once upon a time, because in those days, they would typically clip in on the inside. And then when people wash the windows, they tend to break them. And then they suddenly disappeared. And then
Richard, if you look closely, I think there's grills on these.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're looking at storm windows, Richard.
They're
The
very
storm windows
shiny.
don't have grills. There are grills on the, behind the storms. Are they not?
Doesn't look it to me.
Looks
Well,
like,
the one window is partly up. Oh, that may have grills. This
Can't
one
see.
looks like it has grills.
Is the applicant here?
That,
I'm here.
Chris,
are those storm windows?
The answer for us.
Hello?
hello, Chris.
There goes there. Yes, hi.
Hi. There's not any existing grills in the windows.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I thought.
So those are not storm windows we're looking at.
Those are storm windows,
Yes.
but there's no grills.
No grills on the windows behind the storm windows.
Correct.
No.
Okay. It's an optical illusion, Grace. I was with you. I thought that you could,
yeah, they do. They look like it, but no.
okay. Well, I'm unable to access this application either, so could we see the print page of the application?
This is the first page, the handwritten page.
Right,
Can you read that?
yep. New front door.
So they're going to be putting a new Therma-Tru
With
front
sidelight,
door, fiberglass front door.
okay. So the windows that are replacing are on the front of the house and they will have grills then?
Yes, they're two over one.
Okay,
Oh, no, that's not really appropriate for
well, that's
a
not
house like this.
Royal Marine.
I would go for 6/1.
6/1.
Yeah, the architecture just doesn't go with it. 2/1.
Right,
It's a ranch house.
no, okay, 6/1. Is that agreeable to the, is it Carol or Chris?
It's Carol.
Okay,
Well, we would prefer to have the 2 over 1.
well, you can't. According to my chairman. So,
Well, from an architect point of view, it really doesn't go with that
so,
house design.
and I agree.
And I'm sure they were probably 6/6 when the house was built. And that's because somebody designed it properly. Yeah.
6/1, there you go.
This is a 6/6,
That's 6/1, upside down. There we are.
6/1. Yeah,
Yeah.
the 2/1 is just one mullion here, and
I'm gonna
it just doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So where are we then? Is this on the application, these Harvey Classic double hung windows with the 4/1 and 6/1?
Yes.
No, the ones that are on the application are 2 over 1.
Okay, but these are the windows that you want to put in these Harvey Classic double hung windows.
Yes, we're putting in the Harvey Classic double hung, but this is the only picture that I could obtain of the classic double hung. I couldn't
Okay.
find, I didn't have any pictures of 2 over 1.
Then let's go with the windows that you're showing in your application.
like the center window,
Right, how's that?
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so that's an amendment? Or it's in, yeah, I don't know what the application says. Does it say?
Well, let's go to the spec sheet.
No.
It says
201. Yeah, it does say 201.
windows, double hung.
Grills,
It says
201.
2/1. That should be changed to a 6/1.
Okay. That agreed to by the applicant?
Yes,
Right,
Okay,
good, okay.
then how shall we change this?
I think we can approve it as amended.
Okay,
Right.
I think
So-
there are a couple of, excuse me, I'm sorry, Dawn Marie here. A couple of other items on the
Yeah.
application. It originally came as 3 separate applications
right.
for windows and doors. So if
Yeah.
you double check, there might be a couple other sheets to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah. Whoops. If you go back to that one you just had, that one, it says, there you go. It's 12 existing double hung windows. And then there was also doors.
yeah, there's 3 different pages like that
Uh,
for three different projects.
Yeah, they didn't all make it onto the screen here. No,
The next one down. Skip. That one.
Here we go.
that's the same one.
Yeah, go
Uh,
back
How about
to
number
page
4?
1.
3 windows replace 2 existing front windows. A little rough opening. Trim is AZAC. Still doesn't talk about the doors. Were they?
Grace, try page 1.
Yeah, this one talks about the doors, page 1.
I thought there were 2 sort of back doors, one by the garage, one in the back, and one in the front.
This is just for the front.
Front door with 6-panel.
Oh, yeah, here it says new front door.
New front door, okay. And that looks like,
And what is the design of the new front door? Is that basically similar to what was there?
It's a 6-panel solid door.
Good, okay. And I can understand.
with side lights. Okay,
Yep, there you go.
right.
Fine,
1, 2. Okay,
good.
that looks fine.
So that's it. The other doors look fairly new. In good shape anyway, the side. And the front door would be this Royal Marine.
Yes.
Great.
Any other
And these-
discussion?
And side lights. Good.
That's nice. I like the side lights. I'd move to approve this.
I'll
John?
second.
So wait a minute.
All a
We
second.
want, oh, excuse me. I think
Sorry.
we want to rephrase the motion to reflect the amendment to the windows.
Yes.
Okay,
So we move to approve this application with the amendment of 6/1 windows.
Bob, did you second that?
I'll
Uh,
second
Paula
that.
did. Paula
Okay,
did.
Paula,
Paula.
good, thank you. All right, so take a roll call. John Stewart,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and Paula Morrison,
Aye.
plus Richard Gegenwath, aye. So unanimous, and you'll be able to start, but you might wait 10 days, make sure there's no appeals come in. But
Okay.
otherwise, And also, if you're gonna make any other changes, let us know in advance, please.
Sure.
Great. Okay, well, good luck with the project.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll move on to the next item. Here, the homeowner is John O'Shaughnessy, and George Blakely is the agent to replace shingles, windows, and a slider, and to add a portico over the side door at 38 Flintlock Way. Is George here or John?
I see George and I see John O'Shaughnessy. If you guys want to unmute yourselves. Hi, John.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm sure George is on the line also, and he may be better equipped to answer your questions, but I'm happy to assist.
good. It looks like most of these items are a straightforward replacement to do an upgrade and maybe better quality. The
That's
por-
correct.
The portico design, I thought, was proper for a house like this. And it allow you to get your key out in the pouring rain, not stand there fumbling, getting soaked.
That's exactly the objective.
Good. Yeah. I don't, my wife's house, the previous house didn't have a portico. And I used to hate to visit her when we were not married at the time. On a weekly day.
I can understand that.
I guess you got past it, Richard.
Even today.
I had designed a portico for it. But she sold the
Ah.
house before we did it.
Okay. So the windows are direct replacements, like to like?
They're very similar. They're Pella Lifestyle
Yep.
series windows.
Yep.
Same grill pattern?
I think the grill pattern on the proposed is 6/6.
Six over six is on the application, right? Okay.
Good. Did you show the spec sheet? Grace? There you go. Yeah, 6/6.
Mhm.
Permanent applied. Yeah, they're nice windows, fellas.
Yes, I agree.
Well done.
Okay, so
Any other questions?
not for me.
Do I have a motion?
Move to
I'll
approve.
approve.
Okay.
Second.
There we go. Roll call, Richard?
Oh, I didn't hear the second on it.
It was me, Jane. I second.
Oh, okay, good, Jane. All right, then all those in favor, John Stewart,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and Paula Morrison,
Aye.
and Richard Gagenworth, aye. So again, we're in unanimous agreement. It's a good project, good design. So wish you good luck with it, John.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So the next item on the agenda is concerned with adding a dormer to the garage and extending the front porch 2 feet at 40 Alexander Drive. And the homeowner, Walter and Cheryl Warren, and Sand Dollar Customs Builder is the agent. Is Walter here or Cheryl?
Is that Mrs. Warren?
Yep, you should be able to talk.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's this is Walter Warren and Cheryl Warren here.
Okay, good. So the extension on the front looks like it would be fairly straightforward. I guess you have to do a little wrecking first
Correct.
and then rebuilding, but it'll give you a little more room out there. You can put a rocking chair. It should work nicely. The dormer, I'm not sure, it shows up, well, there's a dormer on the back of the house, which is clearly noted on the, I guess that's an as-built drawing. There was another drawing that tried to show, it was one that was very sketchy. It was very hard. There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
Very hard to read it.
What is
And
that?
That's the front of the garage where we want to put the dormer there. And that's, yeah, you're right. It's a very light color, but that would be a dormer on the front side of the garage.
So there's, it has two, like, what do you call them, doghouse sections.
Correct.
And then separate.
Yeah, it would be a continuous
Connecting.
dormer from the house all the way to about 2 feet before the end of the garage.
Right, okay. Yeah, I can see the cutoff there. And those were like 6/6 windows in the two small dormers. And then you switched to, looks like awning windows. Looks like 3 awning windows.
Correct.
Is there any reason why you did that?
Well, we wanted to maximize the amount of light in that room from the front. And there's a few houses that I actually saw in Dennis on the north side that had it, and they looked really, really sharp, I thought. And I thought it looked great. I can't see the wall inside, but I would imagine there's a wall in between the two awning windows.
So
Great.
over the
Great.
garage, I'm looking at pick at the left elevation, there's a hand drawn in 2 lines, and that's the size of the dormer that will be on the front of the house.
Approximately, because as you say, it's very sketchy.
Right. So
So this picture, which is also kind of sketchy, but it looks like it's to scale.
Grace, could you show the elevations again? The drawing doesn't do me any good at all. It's too faint. Thank you.
Yeah,
So front elevation, left-hand side garage dormer from the side wall of the main house out to 2 feet. Is that in line with the, for instance, the left-hand garage door?
yes, that's about right.
Okay. And the windows are, there's 2 doghouse dormers as
Yep.
per that hand-drawn sketch, and then, and there's, the other windows you referred to, Richard, were,
The awning windows,
and they're up higher, I think they look like.
well, I think the height of the top of the awning windows is about the same as the top of the double hung windows.
Okay.
I'm not really seeing any of this.
Yeah, but it's, it's almost impossible to see from that drawing.
Yeah,
If you,
well,
if you imagined a full dormer across, say like I have in the back of the house,
Right, we
Yeah.
see, we're seeing that, but it's
Yeah.
well, but then there would just be two roof lines that give it an appearance of a doghouse dormer. But the front face of it would be completely flat, like the dormers wouldn't be out further than where the awning windows were. So the front would be flat, and then where the dormers are, you'd have the doghouse roof.
Okay. So, so the top of, so the windows are not all at the same height. The tops of the windows are not all at the same height.
So all 5 windows should be at the same height at the top, correct?
right, that's normal.
Well, it sounds okay.
Yeah, if I could see it, I'd,
Yeah,
it would be
we go
easier to
back to
vote
that.
on something I could see.
Well,
But
actually, the one that we had originally was even worse.
Well, I can see it on my screen. I have that application up and it's barely visible, but it's hand drawn, but it seems like the tops of the windows are, okay. We've got the house, then we have a dog house, and then we have a 6/6, and then 2 horizontal. Are those fixed glass? Are those fixed? Do they open,
They would be awning where they would open up,
swing out from the top?
swing out from the bottom. So the bottom would open out.
The bottom opens out, right? Swing
Yeah.
from the top, hinged at the top.
Yeah, hinge at the top.
Like an awning window, that's what they do.
Right. So, and the window farthest to the left is in this drawing that I'm looking at is higher than the other 3. Is that true?
Yeah, no, they would all be the same level.
Okay, all right.
The-
Oh,
the
okay.
problem-
It's difficult
Part
to
of the
see.
problem comes from the roof line, because the gable end there, for the doghouse, the roof comes down, and then it's got to connect with the roof going horizontally, which is where the awning windows is. So
But it's,
it may force those windows to be a little lower. The way the roof is shown on the drawing.
you mean because of framing?
Yeah,
Okay. As long as they're all in the same line and the face of this is all in the same plane,
that's a question.
yeah, it is.
I-
That's the intention from what I,
Yeah, that's exactly what we're attempting to accomplish.
okay. Well, if they have their grills, yeah, that's, well,
yeah, and they have grills in those awning windows.
right.
So what's not, excuse me, what's not specified in here is on the rakes. We'd like to do, we're trying to get a look of a more historic looking house, and we want to do built out rakes.
Yeah,
Basically on the entire house if we could. That was initially in the plan that the house that when we built it back in 2000, 2001, but for budgetary reasons, we cut out the built out rakes. So I don't know if that's something that we can
Yeah.
discuss and get.
Built out how far?
What's that?
How far are you building them out? Just 3/4, doubling up on the 3/4 inch trim?
No, with underneath it would be like maybe like a 6 to 8 inch rake
Right.
underneath.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
a good time
okay,
to do
you're
that
saying-
is when you're shingling the whole roof. If you-
Yeah, yeah.
you
Which,
do that
yeah,
on
would
that-
be part of it, but we definitely, we're looking for like a house that looks 200 years old.
So
Yeah,
you're
a little
looking
more.
for, so you want to overhang.
Correct,
Yeah, okay, 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah.
correct. Which is standard. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but what do you end up with? Where does your roof end up on the side of your dormers then?
It it doesn't really affect it that much.
Okay.
You know, it would still be, you know, it wouldn't,
The roof on top of the dormer. If you're extending it out.
No.
Because then,
Well, that's why I said that if you're gonna do it, it's best to do the whole thing in one shot. And
correct,
then
that's,
re-
do
And
that.
then shingle the whole roof.
uh-huh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I plan on redoing the entire roof anyway.
all right,
All, you know, we have Weatherwood on there now. We would just keep Weatherwood, you know, but it would all be new.
Well, yeah, well, it would,
was that in the application?
That, the built-out rakes were not in the
Right,
application. That was,
the Weatherwood is,
oh, Weatherwood, yes, it's, yep,
okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
yeah,
right,
that's,
it's right there. Well, we
Can
can,
I say something?
go ahead.
Oh,
Paul.
match existing.
I
Okay.
think it's just really hard to see what he wants to do without being able to see what he wants to do.
Precisely. How can we vote on what we can't see? I
Where,
move to table the application until we get some decent drawings so we can see what we're voting on.
it sounds like a reasonable request. I'd second that.
Okay,
Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yes.
yeah,
I think on our plans, they're perfectly, they were dark enough. I don't know why when they got scanned, they are so light, but
Get your magic marker out.
yeah, we
Yes,
tried,
sorry
I
about that.
was over at the office last Friday, I guess it was. And we put the drawing through another machine to try to darken it up, and that helped a lot. So we were going to use that darker printout and put it into the electronics, but it still didn't come out very dark on the electronics.
Well, if all of the people sitting on the board tonight can't interpret this clearly enough, then we should table it. as-
Yeah, I think it should be tabled.
Okay, I think we've had a,
Walter, this won't hold you up too much, would it? Because we have a meeting scheduled for next week.
Yep.
And then there's another one in October later on. So you could take your time, you know, a week or so to better.
I can
define-
have this into the office by the end of the day tomorrow.
so
What-
we
what
can
we
add it
need.
to the next meeting?
And I can have it ready for the next meeting.
Well, that's a
That
question.
would be next
Grace,
Tuesday,
is it? have we
Yeah,
got
Grace
past
can-
the-
a week from Tuesday.
That would be fine. I'd be able to put everything into Laserfiche for everyone to see if we wanted.
I actually have it as next Tuesday, Richard.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday,
13th.
have
Along
you
with
gone
that.
past the time when applications will, have you already advertised this?
The 13th, yes,
Yeah.
but this application has already been advertised, so if you table it, that's fine.
Okay, good.
Yep, table items are fine.
Right, so we've had a motion to table and a second.
Okay, so all in favor in doing this table? John Stewart,
Aye,
Jane Hildebrand, Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
myself, Richard Gegenwath. So unanimously, and Walter agrees to this, and you will try to get this into us for Friday, right? So we
Correct.
can-
I'll have it within the next, I'll have it in time for the next meeting.
Okay, the next
Sure.
meeting is October 13th. It's a Tuesday because of the long
We'd
weekend.
like to, if you.
Yeah,
can
so
get it-
I'll get that information to you sometime tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest. By the end of the day, Wednesday, I'll have something. for you.
Good. Okay,
Who seconded that motion?
I think
Uh,
John Stewart did.
I did, yes.
Great, thank you, John.
Okay. So we're all set on that. Yeah, I think if you get a decent couple of drawings, the front view and the side view, it'd be, then we'd have a better idea of the overhangs too.
Right.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Will. Okay, that's the 4 items that were new to us. We had 3 items tabled from previous meetings. The first one was concerned with a 2nd-story addition that is the dormer on the back of the house at 2 Boulder Circle. And Kevin and Marianne Crowley are the owners, and Kevin is the designer and builder. So hopefully he is here.
Okay, Kevin, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Is that good?
Great, can hear you.
Okay, I'll move to untable this item.
Second. John
All in
Stewart.
favor? John Stewart,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
and myself, aye. So this is the spec sheet now. And I'll be using Cedar. Yeah, it'll be in the back section of the right part. There you go. And it would be actually here on the back part of the roof. And hopefully the drawings show up.
You should have,
There you
there you
go.
go.
Yeah, so this would be the new roof, which would be same as the existing roof, which is a black. And there'd be windows here and below, and the side windows. So these will be 6/1s and overhang. Great.
I made a few changes, Richard, from what you suggested on last week. I left the front untouched.
Yep,
And I lined up the windows on the gable side facing Covey.
yep,
And I just made the dormer in the back. Going along those guidelines, I was able to, I think, get on the inside what I was hoping to get out of it at the same time also, so.
good, good. Okay. And then you have sufficient square footage of windows and all that?
Yes,
Good. Okay. So, what do you think, guys?
I think we got it. I'll move to approve.
That's Bob Wilkins.
Jane, I'll second.
Jane is seconded. Great. All in favor? John Stewart,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand, Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and Paula Morrison,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gegenwarth. So good luck with it now. And hopefully it goes smoothly and we have good weather for you to work on
yeah, we still got some time.
it. Good, good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good. So the next item is the home of Raymond Doherty and Lynette McCloy. Anderson and Sons Painting is the agent. They're going to be repainting the shingles only, a color which is called Bracken Cream at 46 Lookout Road. And this was tabled from a meeting on September 14th. So, do we have Raymond or Lynette here tonight?
Lynette is here. She can speak now.
Good.
Hello, thank you.
So,
Well, I'll move to untable this application.
I'll second.
all in favor? Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
Rosemary Hildebrand, and Paula Morrison. Aye.
Aye.
So we have a agreement that we should take a look at this. And on the screen, we're having a cream color paint.
Right.
And what is the color of the front? It's kind of a gray, isn't it? The clapboard?
The clapboard is currently bleaker beige, which is a Benjamin Moore part of their historic collection.
Yeah.
And the shingles are a gray shade. We've chosen another historic color with the bracken cream to better coordinate with the bleaker beige.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So this is a paint, not a stain, I take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is true. When you apply color to shingles, it has to be a stain, but that's correct.
But the same color comes through. Good. Yeah,
Correct.
I guess the idea is to have it sink into it better.
That is,
Not just on the surface.
yes.
Good. So, any questions? So, then is there someone who wants to make a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second, John Stewart.
John Stewart, second. Okay, so for those who approve, say aye. John Stewart,
Approve.
Amy
Aye.
Hildebrand,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and Paula Morrison,
Aye.
and Richard Gagenworth. I agree as well. So, good luck now with it, Lynette. And I don't think you're going to be making any changes because you've had plenty of time to think about it.
Thank you all.
Sorry we couldn't have
Welcome.
worked on it earlier. Good.
Bye.
You're welcome. Good night. Okay, the last one, hopefully the Connors are here tonight. Richard and Susan Connor live at 482 Route 6A. And they want to put wood frame screens on an existing porch, which is to the right of the house. When you look at the front of the house on 6A. And there are some pictures in the folder which show what they want to do. So are they here tonight? Richard or
Yes.
Suzanne?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes, good now.
Good evening.
Fine. So, were there ever screens out there, do you think, years ago?
No, I didn't see any evidence of them, and we didn't see any pictures of them. We had several pictures from the previous owners, but nothing showed any screens.
Yeah. Good. So this is what it looks like from 6A. And that has a pretty big gap there. Is it about 8 or 10 feet wide?
How far? 8
I'm sorry,
feet?
I didn't hear that.
Could you repeat that question?
The width, the extension of the porch is about 8 or 10 feet, it appears.
Yes, I don't recall the exact measurement now.
It's like 10 by
But
20,
it's-
25.
I think that's pretty close to what it is.
So those big sections would be broken up, I would guess.
Yeah, they would be broken in two with a post in the middle
Yeah,
and the frame to hold the screens on the side.
yeah,
And the screens themselves would be 2.5 to 3 inches in width all around.
yep, yep. Good.
So you're breaking up the ends into two sections, vertical,
Correct.
two equal
Yeah.
sections,
Yeah.
but you're leaving the front of the porch as it is. That's not broken up, is it?
The front of the porch on the driveway would also be broken into two sections.
The front of the porch is the side of the house, though.
It's the
Yeah,
side of the
oh,
house.
Well, I'm talking about this, the side facing the driveway, not the street.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
side facing the driveway, both those panels would be split in two. The
They would,
smaller panels
okay.
would be one. To put one whole screen in that larger section, I don't think would be stable.
No, that's the thing. When the wind blows against it, that whole panel, it would really stretch it. And after a while, it get kind of droopy.
Depends on the screen you use. I built a screen house that panels were much larger than that. I'd rather not see at least the section facing Route 6A, I'd like to not see broken in half.
John, were you using copper screening?
I'm sorry?
Were you using copper
No,
screening?
we used a plastic screening, actually. It was extreme, it was invisible. Is it called, I think it's called Invisa screen or something. We built a post and beam barn down in Chatham and covered the whole thing in screen. And
Yeah, I agree with John. I think it would be a shame to break up those panels from an
Beautiful
aesthetic point of
porch.
view.
right, for at least the section facing 6A.
I would say all the way around. It
All
just
the
has
way
a nice
around?
open, airy aspect to it now that you'd
Really?
lose if you break all that up.
I think you can with a proper screen and with the proper fastening, I think you can do that. I don't think it's a problem. But are you doing this yourself, sir? Or
Yes.
Okay, so this is, are you using what's called screen stock, or how are you attaching the screen to the back of the porch?
The screens will be attached to a rabbet on the edge of the frame, and then it will have a bead applied over that. It wouldn't be
Okay,
applied over that.
okay. And then you're attaching these frames to the porch itself in what manner?
There'd be stops on the exterior, and there'd be tabs to hold them to the
Okay,
stops.
I see. That looks like what you have already put in the view from the rear of the house.
Yes, I put that up. That's not attached. It's just
Right.
pinched into place to give you an idea of what it would look like.
That's page 8. Yeah, I would not want to see that on the front of the house for sure. Absolutely.
Are the screens going to be permanently attached, or are you intending to have these removable? In the
They're
winter?
removable.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, that's a consideration insofar as the division of the bays. You know, storage and just the awkwardness of moving
Yeah.
big screens.
Yeah,
There's one other factor involved too. It's the size of that screen. I'm gonna have to build an outside workshop in order to
yeah.
handle that size of a screen.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at.
Right.
Yeah, part of what I was getting at. So we have to consider, we have to consider the practicality of this application, I think.
Exactly.
Actually, we don't. We're an
Well-
architectural review board. The practical
Well, no, but,
application
well,
has
all right.
nothing to do with it.
Okay, hard ass.
I think there's a way around it. I think if we maybe increase the size of the frame a bit, I think it would And if it's attached, top and bottom,
Well, I do agree. I think from an aesthetic perspective, if you're purely, and John, your point is very well taken. From a purely aesthetic perspective, single screens would look better. Because you'd be looking through them in effect. You wouldn't be looking at them to the degree that the post in the middle.
right. So some of the screening material you actually cannot see. It can't be seen. So where are we?
Well,
Practically or as
I guess it all depends on how strongly you feel about dividing the bays. And I personally don't feel strongly enough to deny the application.
I think there are a couple of considerations. The side of that porch facing the street, I don't know, did he say it's 10 feet? Is it 10 feet?
Yeah, that was the guess.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult, even with the integrity. Yes, that's a bit too much framing, I think. But I do think any kind of weather, whether it be sleet or snow, if he's not taking them down, trying to maintain the integrity of a screen over that distance would be very difficult.
Yeah, right.
I do think that framing is a bit too much in the middle, though.
That's a 3-inch piece in the middle and then 2.5 inches on the frame each
On the
side.
frames.
okay, so but the last two board members argued for the frame and against the frame. So where are we? No one likes the look of it, but they understand the practicality of it. Am I right?
Well, I think the look of it looks bad because it's not painted white. I think
you
if
go.
it were painted
yeah.
white and, you know, it would blend in and it would give integrity to the screen at the length you've got to maintain it.
Yeah. The other thing is that, you know, there's a 6/6 or whatever they are, the windows, double hung windows all around. And these kind of mimic the window design, you know.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'll go with it. I'll move.
If you put grills in them, it would look like a window.
Yeah.
Why don't he just close it in with windows? Call it a day.
Please, no.
All right. Okay.
We have
Well,
a motion to approve.
I've had enough fun. Did you motion, John?
No, you did.
Yeah, I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. We'll ask who will approve of this now. You speak out with an aye. John Stewart,
Nay.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paul Morrison,
Aye.
Richard Gegenworth is an aye, and Jane Hildebrand.
Aye.
So it's 4-1. John, good luck next time.
Well, I don't disagree with the notion of a screen porch. They're lovely.
I think Richard and Susan will be happy with it doing it this way.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good. Good luck with it now. So you might want to hold off to going too far on it because there's a 10-day appeal period. But I don't think your neighbors will. Were there any neighbors here tonight?
Not that I,
Any neighbors?
Just the homeowners, right?
No, I didn't see it.
Good. Okay.
Log on without being on the list.
I don't think
So,
we had any neighbors tonight.
no, we
no,
didn't.
but at least, you know, we made some progress in that they were all able to talk right
Right.
away. We didn't have to horse around
That's
for
good.
15 minutes to get them online. So that was good, making progress.
We can pass it right now.
We have a couple of items that people have noticed. And in terms of violations, it's a problem now. People
It's painful. to
with
listen to.
COVID-19, they're home a lot more, and they think up lots of things to do around the house. And so an easy thing is paint. So you can go out, buy a quart of paint or a gallon of paint and do some painting. And the weather has been very agreeable to that. So the house at number 1 Flat Rock Way, some painting, and the front door turned out to be robin's egg blue, pale blue, which is not necessarily a historic color. I didn't try looking it up.
Richard, if I may.
Yeah.
I think it's important just to remember that per administrative process,
Okay.
if we have violations, we should probably only talk about the address and the violation at said address. If we do want to deliberate over a violation, it is only proper that we give notice to those homeowners so that they have a chance to be present at a hearing. I just want that to be known, so no deliberation is made.
So, all right. So the house at number 1 Flat Rock Way, I consider that it's in violation. They did not come in to review this in advance. So I think we should write it up as a violation. The other one was at 28 Lookout Road. And again, the question of going out and buying a quart of paint and doing some painting, and it stands out. And so it's in violation of the rules and regulations that we have for the area of the district. So I think that should be written up as well. There's another one, which is at 110
White Rock Road.
White Rock Road, which initially did a violation in the sense of putting up a vinyl fence. But in addition now, they've painted the front of the house and the shutters, again, colors which do not appear to be appropriate. And they never bothered to come into the office and show what they planned on doing. So they just went out and did it. And as I say, I think some of this has to do with COVID-19. So I think that should be written up as a violation. And then we'll send a notice to each of these 3
Now, is
parties.
that one violation or 2? Do you separate the 2 out?
You can probably combine them. Just put it in the sense of recent modifications to the structure, property, without consultation. So I think those 3 should be written up. And I'll propose that and see if I get a second on it. And if we agree, we'll do it.
Okay, so are we voting on each one of these? One
Well-
Flat Rock, 28 Lookout, and 110 White Rock. Are we voting on these individually to vote
Yeah,
them
we'll do it individually,
as a violation? Okay.
violation. So first one, Flat Rock Way, John Stewart. agree?
Aye.
You guys
So
need to
moved.
make a motion for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're making motion that the exterior paint of the front door is in violation at One Flat Rock Way.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay, so now in agreement with it, John Stewart,
Aye.
aye. Jane, aye. Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paul Morrison,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Giggenwath. So we will send something out on that. The second one, 28 Lookout. I hear a motion on that.
Motion to violate?
Motion that this is in violation, we should send a notice.
Yeah, at 28 Lookout Road, front entryway is in violation.
I'll second.
And we have a second. So this is agreeing now to send these people a notice. And that'll be John Stewart, aye.
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand, Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and Paula Morrison,
Aye.
and Richard Gaggenroth. And the third one is that 110. And
I don't
Bob,
see the third one listed. Is that, am I looking at the wrong thing?
no, we didn't list it.
It isn't listed. Okay.
It just
Alright.
came up. We spoke
Okay.
about it once before in terms of the fence, but since then they've been continuing. So, Bob, you make the motion on that?
I'll move to send a letter, notice of violation to the owners at 110 White Rock Road for the vinyl fence and for the color of the house and shutters as not appropriate.
I can second that. And those are agreeing, John Stewart,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paula Morrison.
Aye.
Okay. I don't know if there's any other business. There was, were the minutes of meeting approved already?
The minutes haven't been.
We, here you go, that's from the 14th. I reviewed that when it first was published on the internet. And it looked okay. So I don't know if there are any other comments.
We're voting on the 14th now, not the minutes.
Yes,
For
the 14th, the minutes of meeting for the 14th.
Remember, if you weren't present the 14th, you have to abstain.
Right, right.
Did you send out that to us? I missed it.
I emailed them out.
I missed that one.
So
Did
do we have-
everybody,
I'll have to abstain from voting on this one. I haven't read it.
This is Dawn Marie. Jane, Paula, did you get the minutes?
I did.
Okay.
I can make a motion to approve them as submitted.
I'll second.
Okay, so agreeing now would be Paula Morrison, aye,
Aye.
and Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gaggenwath. And Bob, I'm not sure if you were at that meeting.
I was. I believe I was. Wasn't I not, Grace?
You were there.
I thought so. All right. Aye. With the notation that your style is quite different from Beth's, but I can easily get used to it. You're much more concise, and maybe that's not an altogether bad thing. So.
Maybe.
Okay, so it's, we all agree. And so, yeah, I'll comment on that too. In some cases, they were kind of brief. And might pay. You have to be a little judicious in that if there's something that comes up, if a particular item has a lot of discussion and a lot of feed back and forth between the client and the committee to try to get agreement, then some of that should go into it because it's possible that they're going to appeal. And we want the record to be a little more complete than just a couple of sentences so that when we deal with it as an appeal. This happens mostly when we deny something to a person. They themselves are apt to come in with an appeal. Once in a while, we get neighbors doing that. The next door neighbor thinks, say, that the addition they're putting on is too big and people, there are windows and they'll be looking down into their property. And so they don't like it, and they'll appeal. And so we have to do a little judgment and try to get a little more complete record in situations where we feel that there might be a problem. Good.
And this is Dawn Marie again. We're trying going forward to stay current with the minutes. And out of necessity, they'll be, like you acknowledge, shorter than you're used to getting, but we always have these YouTube recordings available as well if something needs to be actually transcribed,
Right.
Which is what we can do in the cases when it's necessary.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be falling behind in publishing our minutes.
Right. The other aspect is that they have to appeal within 10 days. And so if we write the minutes up and send them out as a, what do you call it, draft. Usually they go out first time as a draft. And by the time we read them over and everything, if we get an appeal in, then certainly we can go back to the draft and fill it out. But most of it should be all right. Good. Okay, that's good. It'll be great to have them current, because it's harder to look at the minutes 2 months after it happened. So it's nicer to do them within a couple of weeks of when they actually happened. Good. Okay. Any
Yeah.
other business? New
No, I
business?
just like to, Grace, I think you're catching on remarkably and impressively quickly. So I thank you for that. And
I second the motion.
I appreciate that. I am. I'm trying very hard to get into the swing of things, make sure everything is up to par.
And I'm happy that we can do these meetings with Zoom because then it gives me an opportunity to see what Gracie looks like. Normally when I see her at the office, I walk by her because she's got a mask on. I can't recognize her.
You pronounce your name Gracie?
It's
Grace.
Grace Old English, but
Which one?
Grace, it's Old
Grace.
English.
I thought I had it correct. So.
My mistake.
Our next meeting is next Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a long weekend. It's Columbus Day weekend.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be in town that day, so.
Well,
Quorum, I'm not.
Rosemary should be
I
back.
won't know actually till the weekend.
Okay. Tomorrow I'll be sending out an email asking for quorum just in case we do have to table it. I hope everybody is here. Or we have quorum.
Good. Okay. Well,
There.
we got everything covered pretty well, so we can honor a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay. So all in favor of adjourning? Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
Jane Hildebrand,
Aye.
and Richard Gegenworth agrees. So have a good evening,
Yes, you too, everyone.
and we'll see you again soon.
Good to see
Happy-
everyone. Take
Happy
care.
Thank
Columbus
you,
Day.
John, for coming and working with us
See you
tonight.
next week.
No problem.
You
All right.
too.
Over now.
Bye. Bye.